So today's session is going to be about how you can set up a Google Hangout Meet. Google has very kindly allowed us premium features of this software. So if your school has a Google domain, it's going to be a cakewalk for you. First, you will go to the Google Apps logo here, click on this and look for calendar. Click on calendar and your calendar opens up according to day or week or month or year, right? So we're going to stick to day. And you can see already I have some events lined up for me here. Now, how do you create a Hangout Meet? Very, very simple. So you go to the top left-hand corner of your screen and you have a create button with a rainbow colored, with a Google colored plus sign. So click on that and a little dialog box opens up here. Now you start with adding a title. So your title of the class could be Session 1 and you can put the date. You can name it any which way, any naming convention that suits your purposes and will be clear to your students. Now you can see that the date is already given here. You can either keep the same date or you might want to plan ahead and you might say, okay, I'm going to hold this on Monday, the 23rd of March. So just click on this date and the little monthly calendar opens up. Click on 23rd, see your date has changed. And then you can similarly change the time as well. So you might want to click this and say, okay, I want to do this at perhaps 9 a.m. Now the default setting is for 1 hour. Now you can change this to last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever suits your requirements. So here we are going to make it for, let's say, 45 minutes till 9:45 a.m. Then you can see this little location pin and it says add location or conferencing. So you click on this and we go straight to conferencing and click on this. And you have a blue highlighted text that comes up which says join Hangouts Meet. And there is a unique URL code which gets generated. Now this code or this URL is very, very important. Now you want to add guests. Let's say you want to add a co-teacher. So you just click on this and you can add the email of any of your colleagues. Now how do you share with your students? So if you're already a Google school, you're most likely using Google Classroom as well. So we're not going to add any guests here, but we are going to pick up, that is just copy this gray text, right? And click on Control C or Command C depending on which laptop or computer you are using. And then you click on save here. So you can already see that my session 1 with date event has been created. Now once your event is created and you have shared with all your students, what do you do then? You click on this event and you join the Hangouts Meet. You click on that and this is how your screen opens up. And it takes a few seconds to get you ready. So there I am. Now make sure you're wearing earphones as well as your students, otherwise there is a lot of voice feedback and too many voices kind of makes the whole thing very, very confusing. So it's a good idea to wear headphones or earphones, which is what I'm doing right now. Then of course you have the join now button, and when people start joining you get to see the statement here, that many people or maybe by name, and you click on join now. So I'm in the call and my video is open. Now I might want to save my bandwidth. So say hello to the students in person like this and then switch off my video. So I go to the bottom of the screen. If you can't see this white banner at the bottom, just click anywhere on your screen and you will get a video logo here, which when you click, the video goes away. So you see my display picture, and whenever I speak, you see these gray circles kind of pulsating. You can use the same area to also put yourself, or students can put themselves on mute. Ideally, the students should be put on mute. Only the teacher should be speaking. Students will open their mute or unmute themselves only when the teacher asks them to speak. Otherwise, if you have a class of 20 or 30 or even more, it will be a total mess with everyone trying to speak at the same time. So I can mute myself using this button, and As a teacher, don't press on this button till your session is over and you're ready to leave. Another thing that I wanted to show you, which is very important, is this little white strip at the top. Here you can see all the participants. So people will keep populating here as they join your call. And there is also a chat area. So students can be encouraged to send you a question. Or if somebody has asked a question, they can even choose to answer in the chat box. Now, as a teacher, I also want to record this meet. So you again go to the bottom white strip here, and on the extreme bottom right hand corner, you have these 3 dots. So click on this and you get the option of record meeting. So click on that and it asks for consent. Now just check with your students and tell them that you are going to be recording this for future references. This is especially important if there are children who are unable to join you live. There can be so many different reasons for that. So we need to respect that, and we need to understand that all of our students may not be able to join us live every time. So for their purpose, it is very important that we keep a record of the video. So this white dialog box will open up for you and you say accept. You can see this gray record button. It takes about 4 or 5 seconds to turn red, and that is when your recording begins. So now the call is being recorded. So here you have the red record button. So whatever informal chat you want to have with your students, it's best to do that before you start recording. So saying, hello, okay, how many of you are there? Let me see, I can't see so and so. Is someone having trouble in joining in? Can you hear me? And all of that can be done at that time. That is before you start recording. When you start recording, just go into your formal mode so that we're not wasting anyone's time, especially if they want to go back and watch this video, right? How do you stop recording? You just go back to those 3 buttons and click on stop recording. And you get a confirmation message whether you want to really stop recording, and you stop recording. That's it. Now you can already see that the recording will be saved in your Google Drive, okay? And where can you see it in a more handy way? You can just click on this up arrow and it will come here as an attachment. It takes about 3 to 4 times the length of your total video to render the video suitable for viewing purposes. And it goes and saves directly in your Google Drive. Now you might also want to present your screen. Maybe you want to share a Google Slides with them and you want your lesson to be leading through those Google Slides, for example. So what you can do is go into Present Now and you click on Present Now. Do you want to present your entire screen or a window? I suggest you go with the entire screen, because if you have to go between windows, then that becomes that much easier for you. A gray dialog box opens up with a small screen. You click on that again and the share button turns blue. If you don't click on it, the share button remains gray. And then you click on this and say share. And you have this little thing that says stop sharing. So now everyone will be able to see my screen. Now this little button, this little line at the bottom says stop sharing and hide. As of now, I'm going to hide this so it doesn't mess with my screen presentation. So I'm going to hide. And I am then going into displaying my screen to my students. And then all of my students get to see my slide presentation as well as I'm teaching through these slides. Now, how do you stop presenting? You just click on this button, stop presenting. And the students then get to see their own screens and they are not seeing your desktop or your screen anymore. Once your lesson is done, once your module is done, you can leave the call using this button, but I would advise make sure that all your students have left this meet before you do, right? So make sure that all of your students have left, and leaving the process is very easy. You just go back and click on this telephone button which says leave call. Now remember, we had recorded a part of this video. So where can you find that for future reference? You will go into my drive, and the fun part is that Google does all the work for you. It auto creates a folder which says Meet Recordings. So click on this and all of the lessons that you have recorded come up here. You can go in and rename to something that makes sense to you and your students. So it's very easy to find your Meet recordings, and Google is doing half the work for you. And you also get an alert in your inbox that your recording is ready. I hope this was a useful tutorial and you will try out on your own and try it out with your kids. Remember, tell your kids and show your vulnerability to your students as well. You might actually need their assistance while you're on the Meet call. Till the next time, bye bye.